1883 is the Paramount Plus hit show, which is pretty much a prequel to Yellowstone, which is a show that I have not seen. I have not seen Yellowstone, and I did say that this year I would watch more series and TV shows. So yeah, here's another show that I just watched, that I just finished. The finale right now of 1883. Again, the prequel to Yellowstone, following the Dutton family east, somewhere either from Tennessee. I believe that's where they're from, and pretty much you're watching the journey, the tough journey of trying to come to the West, Oregon. A lot of territory that hasn't been touched. A lot of Native Americans in this. So the show pretty much is, an old Western type, journey show. This looked pretty interesting. Sam Elliott is one of the stars who plays Shay. You also have Tim McGraw and his real life wife Faith Hill as the Duttons. He plays James Dutton. And pretty much it's not just them, but it's Sam Elliott's character gets hired to pretty much take on these settlers, these immigrants from Germany or other countries, to pretty much, they're all looking for a new home, a better place to live, and what's at the time it was all through horses, and it's a scary journey across the country trying to find a better place. And so yeah, that story in itself intrigued me from the get-go. You see how tough it is in these days, as the journey isn't one for the weak. It's not one to be taken lightly. And early on, I was interested to see what type of acting Tim McGraw would bring to the show, along with Faith Hill. And honestly, I have to say, he did a great job in this. I'll start off with the acting as far as the characters in the show. I thought Tim McGraw did an excellent job. He's a man of few words, which honestly I think worked for his character. He didn't need to say too much, just pretty much about action. That's all he had his family and to take care of, and that's all he wanted. He wanted to get his family west. And so obviously he comes across Sam Elliott as a Shay, who's helping a bunch of settlers and immigrants to go west as well, and he needs help. So he sees James Dutton, Tim McGraw's character, as a pretty good cowboy, who can fight. And so now you have this team of Sam Elliott's character and another guy named Thomas, and James, and Shay himself. And so pretty much these are the trio right here that are taking these people west. Sam Elliott, what can you say about this guy? This guy's awesome. He's one of the best actors we've ever seen. Got the voice of someone that honestly just, every time he talks, it captivates you. It brings you in. And he was my favorite character of the entire show for the most part. I really thought his story arc has a troubled past. Right away from the opening scene of the show, one of the opening scenes of the show, you see kind of what he's battling through and kind of what he's having to deal with. I thought he was great. I'll say this: those three, Thomas, Shay, and James, out of any other show I can't think of, three just pardon my language, badasses that are just, I will trust my life. I will trust these three with my life. And I felt like in this show, these three guys were always ready to fight when they needed to. And that's what made the show, honestly, really fun to watch in moments where these shootouts happen. And it's a very old school Western type shootouts. They're on their horses. They have these old school guns, and it's chaotic. This was war back in those days. And I really thought the way they shot that, the way they did those scenes in the show was pretty great. I thought it was really great. Writer of the show and the director of the show is Taylor Sheridan, which one of my favorite writers. The tension of the show, I think, to me, is what really makes the show go. And again, Taylor Sheridan is known for that, for the things that he's written, like Wind River. You have Sicario that he's wrote. hell or high water, the tension that he brings. And I understand that he did Yellowstone as well, and the way he did 1883, I thought was excellent, man. The tension in the show really is something that I really, really appreciated. I did like the show very, very much. I thought it was really entertaining to watch. It was tough in moments to watch. It was nail-biting. Again, the tension worked very well for me. The one thing, there's a story arc in here that throughout the show you're seeing, and honestly, ultimately, I think you start noticing it's probably the main story of the whole show, and that's James and his wife's daughter, the Dunn's family, Elsa, their daughter Delsa. It's narrated by her. Now, personally, for me, this was one of the parts of the show that I didn't love. Not saying that she was a bad actress, not saying that that her voice was annoying. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel like she was a strong enough character to really care about, to be carrying the narration of the show. I think they missed a great opportunity in honestly getting Sam Elliott to narrate this. I really was interested to see his perspective on what he was seeing throughout this journey. I would have loved to have heard him honestly narrate this, especially because his character is so complex and everything that he's gone through and everything that he's going through in this show. I would have loved to have heard him more. I'm not saying this Elsa was bad. I wasn't as interested in her story as I was other stories that were going on in the show. Yeah, I mean, she's a young girl. I want to say she had just turned 18, or she's 18 in the show. Like any other teenage girl, she falls in love and meets a guy. Any guy who gives her attention, that's what she's gonna go get attracted to. And it's just, I don't know. There is some moments with her though, as far as her story arc. Again, I'm not saying her story arc overall is bad, but the fact that they made it almost the main part of the show, to me, did take away a little bit from what I was watching around it. Just the complexity again of Sam Elliott's character, even James Dunn, Tim McGraw's character, him and his wife, the back and forth. I thought they did great. Thomas as well, and his growth and his character in the show. I thought they could have gone with so many other stories. I feel like to shine light more on even the immigrants, as far as what they were seeing. Not knowing if they can trust these people that they don't know. Are they going to take them west? Do they trust them with their stuff? And along the way, obviously, many people die. There's a lot of tragedy within these travels, and it was very interesting to watch all this unfold. And again, just every episode starting with her talking, it just kind of weighed on me a couple times, and it was kind of like, oh man, I just wish it was someone else. Just through her perspective, as great as she did, as the actress that played her, as great as she was, and I thought she was dope. It just didn't. I wish it would have grabbed me more. But overall, no, I thought the show was great. I thought it was an excellent show. The writing, again, is top-notch, top-tier writing here from Taylor Sheridan. He just knows how to bring tension. He knows how to bring that just moments of just gripping action. Even in the episodes where there is no action or nothing really going on, there's still just great dialogue. I feel like nothing's ever really wasted in the show, even though there were some moments that it did slow up a little bit, especially in the beginning, maybe the first 4 episodes or so. There were some moments where I'm just like, hopefully the show kind of picks back up, and it does. Trust me, when this show picks up with action, it picks it up, and it does a great job of it. So yeah, overall, this show was great, man. I thought it was a really, really good show. I'll give it maybe 8.5 out of 10 for the overall series. I do want to watch Yellowstone now. I want to see, pretty much that family, the Dunn family, in today's day, protecting their territory. But yeah, I will, before I finish, I will say, I don't think you really need to. Obviously, I don't know anything about Yellowstone, but I watched 1883, and I was able to watch it as its own thing, and that's very important to know. I think you can watch the show and not really know anything about Yellowstone at all. Just the names. The show itself is still about these people that you grow to care for, traveling the country on wagons and horses and trying to make it through, just whether it's storms, whether it's Native Americans, whether it's bandits, whether it's, you know, all these different types of hurdles throughout the show. And after this, I thought that they did great job of showing that. I really did. So yeah, great job all around, Taylor Sheridan. You're still one of the great writers of the business right now, and turning into a great director. The shots that this show has, the shots of the open plains and the mountains and the hills, beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. So yeah, great show overall for sure. If you guys want to check it out, I recommend this for sure. It's on Paramount Plus, playing right now. 10 episodes. Today was the final season finale. Comment, like, subscribe, please. Continue to support me. I'm trying to find my way here. So appreciate the support so far from those who are supporting. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Let me know if my opinion sucks down below. Peace.